Howdy, folks. Another video log here to tell you that I am still a liar and that this is going to come out before the backlog stuff we start going through that. Unless, of course, I'm a week behind on where I think I am, and one of them went out this past Thursday. The snow. Yeah, it's been snowing and then it's been warm, so it's been going away. It is basically, today I think is like the 21st or 22nd of November, so it's basically the end of November. So we are moving into the last month of the year, so it's starting to get to the point in time where I've got to start thinking about ramping this year up and preparing for next year. Which is part of the reason why this is coming out before the backlog. Because I'm talking about things that are relevant to right now. And so if I don't upload this until after I'm through the backlog, it's not going to come out before the new year. And so it's going to be completely irrelevant. So that's why I am doing this the way that I'm doing it. Why I will continue to do it the way I'm doing it. Basically, if I record something and it's got no implications for the present time, like say for example video logs where I say, oh, I've got this thing and I've got that thing and I'm doing this thing and stuff like that. Well, by the time that the corresponding YouTube video comes out for that, I'm going to be through the backlog anyway, so it doesn't really make much of a difference whether or not where I put that. And so something like that is going to go to the top of the bottom of the backlog stack. But something like this, where I'm talking about something that has present day implications, like what I'm planning to do over the next couple of weeks for pretty much everything, and it has, well, like I said, timing implications, like, hey, it's the end of November and I'm doing XYZ, something like that I'll probably upload right away. But what that probably means is that I'm going to just upload everything right away, and the backlog will just become an even bigger backlog. I don't know. We'll see. See how that ends up. Maybe some of those backlog videos will just never get uploaded. That's a possibility. Not to be discounted. I know one of them won't. That last video that I recorded on the last one that I did with the old cell phone, that was a very politically charged video log. It was basically all politics, and I decided that really wasn't worth uploading. I did make it unlisted, so if you want to watch it, there's a link in the video description to it. But comments are turned off, and I don't want to hear anything about any of the thoughts that I give in that video, because they are mine, and it seems to me that people just don't get it when it comes down to that stuff. So again, that's why I'm not making it a public video, and I'm not turning comments on. Not that it'll stop people, they'll still make comments on this video anyway, but whatever. I'll just delete them. And if it really gets to be a problem, then I'll disable the comments on this video too. How about that? We'll do it that way. But I've had a lot of people saying that, it's a common thing with the stupid driver videos. I will make a video, I'll get a bunch of dumb comments, I'll turn the comments off, and then people will complain on other videos, hey, that stupid driver video, you say that, there's comments, because at the end of the video, there's an end screen that says, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Say, well, you asked for comments, but I can't leave a comment on the video, despite the fact that the video's description says comments have been disabled because people are idiots. Again, it's right at the top, you don't even have to read too much, but no one can do any reading at all anymore. So that's a thing. Yeah, December. So I gotta start doing some factoring and figuring out, and it means that I gotta get ready for the great alarm clock sound off of 2026. Or is it 2025? I don't know what you'd really call it. I think I've been calling it the new year for the last little while, so we'll call it the 2026. Which means I gotta clear off my counter island. over at the other place and get a count of clock radios and figure out what all I need. I got a lot of clock radios, a lot of things that haven't seen videos, a lot of things that I need to factor in, and I gotta get some new ones. I'm gonna have to get a couple of new ones. So yeah, that's actually probably this weekend's project, is gonna be clearing that off, and maybe not so much dealing with the clock radios, but at least clearing off the counter island, because that's the part I don't want to do. So that's the part I don't want to leave to the very end. Because if I leave it to the very end, it's not gonna go well. There's a rabbit sitting over there. If I can zoom in on it. That's as far as the zoom will go. 4 times zoom, that's pretty pants. I wonder how close I can get to it before it decides it's gonna move. About 2 meters away. About 1.5 meters, and it disappeared. So, anyway. So yeah, the rabbits are back. Which probably means that the foxes will be back soon enough. So, there actually was a kill that took place over there at one point. Made a whole lot of noise. Of course, I didn't hear it, possibly because I wasn't here at the time. I don't know, but apparently there was a huge kerfuffle, and you get up in the morning and there's rabbit feet and hair and everything out there. Hair. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that happened. Might have even happened more than once. Having said that, so video editing is continuing unabated. I'm trying to get, because I recorded a lot of videos with that Canon camcorder. So I'm trying to get the stuff for the other cameras edited first, so that I could kind of split it up in one of those really weird, I don't know why I'm doing it that way. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do it that way, but I'm splitting it up so that the cameras are rotated. So I suppose more or less it's just a way to prevent complaining from people who don't like a particular camera. Like the Sony camera that I have, the CX190, doesn't handle background noise very well, so it amplifies the background noise, and people love to bitch about that. So I don't want too many of those videos back to back to back. It just mixes things up, you know? This is one of those weird things that I do that will continue to be done for eternity. And that'll be the way that it is. So this is up at 8 minutes. Is there anything else worthwhile to point out? Oh, they took a look at the breaker panel. So they did that. I really don't know what they did, because they were supposed to turn the power off, never did. Because I would have gotten because they didn't come in the morning like they were supposed to. They ended up coming in the afternoon, so I had to go back to work, so I had to leave them to their own devices, which is what I didn't want to do. But all they did was screw around with my heat. They did that. Turned it all the way up, so I get back and it's like 40 friggin' degrees. That was nice of them. But anyway, so they played around with that. They put the cover back on incorrectly. So now it looks dumb. It looked dumb before because it wasn't on correctly to start with, but now it's even worse. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know what they did. I don't know what's going on. So clearly, I guess it wasn't that important. I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I get another notice this week, because I didn't get one last week about stuff. But you know what? I don't really care. I do need to find a different place though, because I would like, for the money that I'm spending, I would like something a little better. Trouble is, I don't think I'm going to find anything, because rental market is just so bad. You know, as if the purchasing market was bad enough, the rental is even worse. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'll be stuck with it for eternity. I can't imagine they'll let me stay there that long. Can't imagine they'll do that. They'll find a way. They always find a way. So anyway, this is now 10 minutes. I still haven't dealt with any of that crap. Who knows when that's going to get done. There is stuff that was missing. I don't know if it was stolen or if idiots decided they were going to toss it without consultation. I can guess. But I'm just saying it's a damn good thing. And just watch, they probably went through this too. But I took some of the things and put them in here. Which just doesn't want to open. Yeah. Some of the things are in there, like that Electrolux that I trash picked that I've done nothing with. I probably should do something with it. A lot of this is stuff that I've had listed for sale in the past. I really do need to start relisting some of this junk and getting it out of here. So that maybe, potentially next summer, the shed could get torn down and replaced. Because it's in a bad way, and it's been in a bad way pretty much for the last decade, but it's just not getting any better. It's getting progressively worse. The roof leaks pretty bad, so I don't know. I probably should just get all my stuff out of there. The problem with that is I have too much stuff, so the storage unit is going to have to be dealt with at some point. And I keep telling myself that I need to go over and have a conversation with them about moving to a new unit. It's a unit transfer, because it's not clear to me how that works. There's a self-serve portal. The way that my particular vendor, is that the word? The complex I'm at works is, it's a self-serve complex, but it's not tied to that particular complex. It's actually tied to another complex that's way out in the boonies. And when you log into the self-serve, it directs you to there. All the bills go to there. Everything goes to there. So it's not clear to me. They have a self-serve portal where you can change the unit that you have. Is this thing on? I heard it click. Anyway, it's not clear to me if it's changing to a unit at the complex I'm at, or if it's going to go out to that other one, which I don't want, because, I'm not really in a position to transfer everything at this particular moment anyway. But I'm definitely not in a position to take it and move it to a completely different complex. So, and it's a case of, I might not be ready for it yet, but I'm going to make myself ready for it. It'll happen. Because it's going to have to happen, whether it happens in December or it happens like next spring or whatever. Probably not in the middle of the winter. That might not be a great idea, but I gotta figure that out. What's entailed in a transfer. How long do I have to move all the junk? What's payment like? What's XYZ, that kind of stuff. So, anyway, that's going to happen at some point. I pay quite a bit for that unit that I've got, comparatively, for what it is. So I might as well upgrade, for less than, way less than 1.5 times the cost. I can get double the space. Why not just go for that, right? That kind of thing. Anyway, I'm debating whether or not I should wait, because they're building another complex literally right across from the main drag from here. And I'm wondering if I should wait until that opens before I do all of this stuff. Because that would be more convenient, at least from the standpoint of what's here. Maybe not so much for the other, but certainly for here. And a lot of the stuff that's going to come is going to come from here anyway. So, could I do that? I don't know. And the other place, they have some storage units of their own as well. And I maybe should talk to them and see, what it would entail to get one of those, how much it's going to cost extra per month, etc., etc. to register one of those and figure that out. Maybe that would be a good thing to do too, so that way the stuff that I'd like to have local, I can keep local. So like Jesus Christ, bins of computer parts, stuff like that can sit there, and the other main storage is just for long-term stuff, like the actual computers themselves, things that don't have a whole lot of value being where they are. And that would free up some space in the actual apartment unit for storing things and setting things up and dealing with stuff and all that kind of stuff. It'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it? We're at the point of time in the day where everybody and their dog is outside, so I probably should just stop talking. This is up at 16 minutes now. It's like double the amount of time that it was the last time I said something, so I think we're done. I think I've covered all of my bases. So we'll see if I actually upload this coming week. I'll try. No guarantees, though.